Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, not the video I thought I would be making. If you've seen my posts on Instagram and things like that, you'll see what drama, shall we say, that we've been through recently on our holiday to Florida. But we're back now. This is the first day, I believe it's Monday. I don't even know what day it is, but this is the first day where I feel like I can sit down and talk properly about this subject in front of a camera. I haven't really been in the right headspace to do anything like this. However, I've had so many people message me saying that they're struggling. I've had lots and lots of people that work for the NHS actually get in touch, that follow me, nurses and you know, carers, etc. And they said they're really struggling. Have I got any advice, or is there anything I can say to support them? And I thought, right, okay, this is what I do. This is kind of like my specialist subject, if you like, Slimming World and, you know, healthy eating. And although personally, since I've been back, I haven't been great. I haven't really had the motivation to cook. I haven't had the ingredients to cook. I've just not really felt, almost like, you know, when you go through heartbreak and you just don't really feel hungry, or you can't be bothered to make an effort for yourself. That's how I felt. I've been trying to make sure that the boys have got food and then just kind of eating whatever they don't, which isn't the right attitude. So although possibly I feel like, you know, slightly a fraud because I'm not you know, completely on track myself, understandably. I wasn't sure whether to do this video or not. However, I've been asked and therefore I am doing it. But I just think it's so important to say at the beginning, there's more things going on at the moment that require your attention than worrying about losing weight. However, saying that, I do believe that if we don't stay fit and we don't stay healthy, it could potentially affect us mentally. So for a lot of people, if they eat well, they feel well. As soon as you start to eat loads of rubbish and you're not exercising, you lack energy, and then that can affect your mood. So like the whole Joe Wicks thing, really, trying to keep the country or the world on track with healthy eating as much as possible and exercise, then that could help keep people in a positive kind of like mindset. So it's not really for me about losing weight. I'm not bothered about that, and people might end up losing weight naturally anyway through all the worry or the lack of food. For me, it's about staying healthy, strong, positive and focused. But there will be people out there that do have goals and they still want to lose weight, and that's okay, but just make sure you're not putting any pressure on yourselves and you're not stressing about it. If you are struggling, then yeah, most people will be. So if you sat there in your pyjamas and you've already eaten your way through 60 Easter eggs and drunk 20 bottles of Prosecco, you're not going to be on your own. Don't worry about it. But if this goes on for another, I don't know, say 12 weeks, even if you were just gaining £1 a week, you're going to come out nearly a stone heavier. And when this is all over, that might not make you feel that great. So let's crack on. And if this is something you're interested in, then carry on watching. If it's not, that's absolutely fine. You could just press stop. So I'm going to start with more practical tips first. I have written them down in my little notebook. My little notebook was a present of a previous colleague, and it said she believed she could, so she did. So this is also applicable to men that might be watching. I personally, first of all, would make a list of everything you've got. So you could go through your cupboards and have a really good look, because there'll be things that you've forgotten about in the freezer, in the fridge or in your cupboards. So have a real good look at everything you've got and make yourself a little list. I think, right, let's do a bit of a ready, steady cook moment here. What can I create? What can I invent? What can I make out of what I have actually got? And then number two, when I was a student, that was when I lost my weight. So I ate very basic. I only ate things like pasta and sauces, chili, bolognese, pasta bakes, things like ratatouille, tuna pasta, you know, just real kind of like plain basic food. And if that's all you can do at the moment, to keep it relatively healthy, just like plain meat, plain potato, maybe a veg, if you've managed to get those sort of things, then great. Just go back to basics and maybe strip everything back and keep it really, really simple. You've also got things like the packet foods. So I've just mentioned pasta and sauces. If you can get them at the moment, they're like about 50p. They're really low sim. They're filling and they're actually really tasty, but you can also bulk them out. So you can also add things like chicken, veg, you know, pan-fried mushrooms, onions, that type of thing. If you've got them, you can add them into a pasta and sauce, and that also makes it go further. So you can create more than one meal. You can easily get 2 meals out of that. Or you've got things like tinned foods. So when I was a student, I used to eat a lot of frozen fruit, frozen veg, and tinned veg. So that's also another option if you are able to get your hands on those sorts of things. Budget recipes. So again, if you've managed to get pasta, brilliant. Rice, anything cheap using potato. If you go on Slimming World's website, there used to be a special features section called What to Munch During the Credit Crunch, and there was one about saving pounds and losing pounds, and there was also student menu planners. So there'll be loads and loads of resources on the Slimming World website for cheap, easy, healthy recipes, so you might want to go and check that out. When you are feeling a bit more motivated, or when you've got time, obviously a lot of us have got children to try and entertain or homeschool now, which is obviously quite challenging from home. So when you do have time, I'd definitely recommend just food prepping. So getting stuff prepped for when you haven't got time and you can't be bothered, or batch cooking and sticking it all in the freezer. That's going to come in really, really, really useful. Also getting the kids involved. So, you know, to make yourself more motivated to cook, why not while they're home, get them involved too. Then you've got keeping a food diary, or using a journal, or using the app. So you've got the new Slimming World app, you've got Slim It, which is a free app that you can track your food on. So if it would help you to process everything going on, you could plan out all the stuff that you're going to be making from what you've got or what you're going to eat, or you can use a food diary and track as you go. That is another option. You can also watch different YouTube videos, like my different YouTube videos about things that I've eaten, or motivational videos. There's also videos on, you know, other recipes. There's loads of slimming food blogs. So you've got my friend Pippa, Slimming World Foodie. Who else springs to mind right now? There's loads. Pinch of Nom, obviously you've got them as well. There's loads and loads of resources out there where you can go and get some healthy, cheap recipes from. And then it just depends where you're getting your food from. So miraculously, some places are still doing online deliveries. Nowhere where I live are doing online food deliveries. For those that are self-isolating and can't go to the shops themselves, aka me, then you could involve your family and friends and just send them a list and just say, look, whatever you can get, you know, whatever you can get is great. So I've had food delivery off my sister, which is amazing, and I believe I've got a neighbour helping me out and getting me some frozen stuff. So if you can still get to the supermarkets yourself, things like Iceland, obviously, you know, they've got loads of the frozen meals still in some of their supermarkets. I believe places like B&M, Wilkinson's, all the sort of places you wouldn't really think of if you're social distancing yourself from people. If you get there early, then that's potentially an option. Obviously now we're not really, well, we aren't meant to be going out unless it's absolutely necessary. That's for those that aren't self-isolating. So it's trying to keep, you know, supermarket runs and stuff to an absolute minimum. But if you can get friends and family to help if you are self-isolating, then brilliant. Also, Slimming World are setting up virtual classes, so online classes. It's something that people have asked me to do for years, and obviously we weren't in a position to do it then. Slimming World didn't offer that facility at the time. I've been toying with doing some Instagram lives, so if you think that would be useful, let me know. I could always just pop on and do a live, and if you need any help with anything Slimming World related, or even not, even if you just want to come and chat, you know, just to escape stuff for a bit, then that is something I would be willing to do if you think that you would benefit from that. But Slimming World are doing it where you sign up to an app called Zoom. There's also a really good app called House Party, where you can chat to all of your friends at the same time, and you can all see each other and you can have a little house party virtually. Or you've got Zoom, which is more kind of a professional one for like online meetings. So your consultants will have already been in touch, or they will be if they haven't already. And you can have a virtual meeting, so you'll be weighing yourself at home and then you'll be chatting to your consultant or your fellow members via the app Zoom. So that's another option for you to go and get some support if you need it. You've also got your Facebook groups, so if you stop going to group, most consultants now have opened back up the group to previous members, so you can go back in and join that. You've got all your WhatsApp groups with your friends, you can be utilising that to help each other. And then you've got all the other Facebook pages that are to do with Slimming World, and you've also got YouTube. I think for me, what potentially makes me think, right, let's not go and eat my body weight in chocolate. I haven't even got that much chocolate in the house, but let's not go and do that, because, you know, it could potentially mean that I'm a stone heavier by the summer, and I don't really want that, because hopefully we'll be out of this situation by then. And just to tell yourself, actually, I do still have a choice. There's a lot that I can't control at the moment, but actually this is something I could potentially try and control. And it's thinking about, it's not what I can't have right now, but there will be things that I can have, and just trying to change your mindset, because really and truly, is eating everything in sight going to change this situation and make you feel any better? It won't make you feel any less stressed, it won't make you feel any less upset. You'll get comfort from food for about 5 seconds and then it's gone. So if you are trying to still stay on track, then just try and switch your mindset. A lot of us are inner rebels, and if we feel we have to do something, we'll rebel against it and we no longer want to do it. So some people might be feeling like, well, I don't want to do it, it's a horrible time right now and I'm not going to do it. And if that's how you feel, that's fine. But if that's just you being like an inner rebel, then maybe just try and have a little word with yourself and ask yourself, will that actually make you any happier? Just do your best. If you're trying to stay on track and you're not able to food optimize, then maybe you could possibly calorie count if you want to right now. Calorie counting doesn't work for everyone, it's not really my thing. However, if you find that that's going to keep you motivated, you can download free apps like MyFitnessPal. Or kind of like what I've been trying to do is, if I want bread but I've already had cereal, I'm not going to stress about that because I just need to eat what I can. So I have had Weetabix in the morning for breakfast one day, and then I'll have a sandwich, but I'm not going to sin that bread. Like, I'm just not going to do that, because if I would have eaten a jacket potato and tuna, that would have been the same calories or more than the sandwich. So I've kind of like switched back almost into like red days. So do you remember when it was red and green? And back then you could have 2B choices, but because I'd have the bread and the Weetabix, I wouldn't then have potato, rice or pasta with my main meal. So I could have something like eggs, omelette, stir fry, salmon, that type of thing in the evening. So even if you want to do something like that, just to kind of keep yourself healthy, that's fine. It's just kind of like common sense now. It's just trying to think, right, actually, you know, yeah, okay, I've got to have another half extra, but so what? That's better than eating a pizza out the freezer. You know, that kind of mentality. I hope you get what I'm saying there. And just, yeah, it's just taking the pressure off, because the more you pressure yourself and the more you think, oh my God, that's it, I've ruined today now, I might as well just come off my healthy eating altogether for the whole 12 weeks. It's like, actually, take a breath, it's fine. We're all going to have moments where we eat and drink things that perhaps we wouldn't have done before this happened. And don't beat yourself up, don't worry about it, don't be hard on yourself, just keep going. Anything else? So exercise, so this is amazing, like I'm so for this. Joe Wicks has been doing some online PE sessions which the whole families are joining in with in the morning, but then once he's done that live, that is saved to his channel, so you can go and do it later. You're allowed to go out for one lot of exercise a day with people in your household, which is brilliant, so you can still get out and walk or whatever it is you're choosing to do, as long as you're socially distancing yourself from people. You've also got loads and loads of apps that, you know, can motivate you to exercise. Les Mills, I believe, are putting some free sessions on their website. Davina McCall has a website that she's opened up to people for free. Results with Lucy is also doing free workouts as well. So there's loads and loads of ways to still exercise. You can get out in your own garden. If you've got some weights, you could be lifting weights out there. You can be doing yoga, Pilates. There's so many ways to still exercise. If you stay completely still throughout all this and just watch Netflix on the sofa every single day, you might start to feel a bit rubbish. So if you can keep yourself moving, then brilliant. even just dancing and cleaning, like people's houses are going to be amazing after this. There are going to be so many jobs that have been done. They're going to be the cleanest they've ever been. There'll be husbands that have had lists of things to do, and wives of lists of things to do around the house that they've been putting off for ages, and hopefully they're going to finally get done. So keeping busy and stuff is going to help you massively as well, you know, almost timing like your breaks, if you like. So if you're still trying to work from home, not just constantly walking into the freezer, actually think, right, let's get a routine here, let's get a bit of a schedule. I'll have my breakfast, I'll have one break at this time, and then I'll eat my lunch at this time, like you're at work. I work from home as well as a lot of people. I'm not really doing any work at the moment. Obviously the boys are my #1 priority, and a lot of my work isn't happening right now. We're both self-employed, so it's quite a difficult time. But yeah, trying to keep some sort of routine could potentially also help with your eating. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. So who knows when this is going to be all over, but if I can help in any way, then just give me a shout. And I hope this video will have been of some use to you. Let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling, where you're at with all this, and if there's anything I could do to help. So thank you so much for watching, and sending lots of love.